The bold and the beautiful spoilers indicate that everyone is horrified by Luna Nozawa's, Lisa Yamada, continued existence. She also tricked Will Spencer, played by Crew Morrow, into becoming her pregnant. Luna thinks that as long as she is pregnant, she won't be killed or sent in jail. The mother could be slain if the master manipulator is wrong. When you have finished reading, let's talk about the prospect. The error of Lee Finnegan. In Naomi Matsuda's role, Lee Finnegan made a serious mistake. The woman now realizes how bad her choice was. She can apologize all day, but the Forrester family will not be able to forgive her. Lee really thought she could fix Luna, so she seized the opportunity. Unfortunately, Luna hasn't changed or learned anything new. Sheila Carter-Sharp's losses. Although Lee has resumed her work at the hospital, Sheila Carter-Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown, seems to have been the most impacted. Deke Sharp, Harrison Cohn, told Deacon Sharp, Sean Cannon, before she could elaborate. Because of this, Deacon feels he can no longer rely on Sheila. In the meanwhile, Deacon's therapist is Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig. However, Deacon may eventually ask Sheila to leave the company and potentially fire her. Although Luna did hide something from Deacon, Sheila learned about it after the fact. Sheila will suffer the consequences, although Lee is actually more responsible than Sheila. Luna Nozawa's baby ticket. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for Friday, October 10th state that Luna thinks her pregnancy will keep her out of jail. Luna also expects the Spencer heir to force Katie Logan, played by Heather Tom, and Bill Spencer, played by Don Diamont, to confine her at the mansion until she gives birth. Due to the pregnancy, Luna might be able to avoid jail time for the time being, but after the baby is born, it's likely that it will be taken. At that point, Beatty might be more determined than ever to throw Luna back behind bars. Assassinating a malevolent, expectant mother? Luna's pregnancy by Will was originally thought to be amazing by Sheila. However, Sheila is also worried about the extent Luna would go to in order to fulfill her ambitions. Even though Sheila and Luna are now practically only together, I wonder if the grandma will get the last apology. After giving birth, could she realize that Luna couldn't be fixed and take her away? Would Sheila harm her own grandson for what she considers to be the greater good? The following morning, Illinois Giardino opened with the scent of espresso and tension. Deacon stood behind the counter, pretending to polish glasses, but his mind was miles away. Every sound, the hiss of the machine, the chatter of early customers, faded into background noise as he replayed Sheila's face the last time he'd seen her. She'd stood in the doorway, tears she refused to shed pooling in her eyes. "You'll never believe me," she'd said softly, "but I didn't plan this." And then she was gone. Now, Deacon couldn't stop wondering, was this the end of everything he'd built? Taylor walked in again, coat draped over her shoulders, her posture crisp but her eyes gentle. "You look worse than yesterday," she teased gently. He half smiled. "You must be here for the worst coffee in LA. Or the loneliest man," she said, sliding into a seat. Deacon set down her mug and leaned forward. "I thought about what you said about distance. Maybe you're right." Taylor tilted her head. "And maybe I can't just walk away," he admitted. She's broken, yeah. But she's also the only person who's ever looked at me and seen all the bad and didn't flinch." Taylor's eyes softened. "And maybe that's what scares you most." He sighed. "You ever think some people are just wired for chaos? Like they don't know how to breathe without it?" Taylor looked down. "I've been married to that kind of man." Deacon chuckled darkly. "Yeah. Ridge Forrester, the human hurricane." She smiled faintly, but her voice trembled. "And I still find myself trying to fix what's broken in other people, hoping it'll fix something in me." For a long moment, they just looked at each other. Two souls stitched together by mistakes, guilt, and longing. Then Taylor reached across the table, resting her hand on his. "Maybe it's not too late to save her, Deacon. But if you can't, you have to save yourself." He nodded slowly. If only that were as easy as it sounds. Meanwhile, at the beach house, Sheila stared out at the waves from the window, the photo of Luna still clutched in her hand. The ocean was beautiful but violent, a fitting reflection of her thoughts. "Reformed," she muttered to herself. That's what they said about me. That's what I wanted to be. The word tasted bitter. She turned when the door creaked open. Deke Sharp stepped in, his usual swagger muted. "Mom," he greeted. "You okay?" Sheila smiled faintly. "Do I look okay?" "You look like you're about to burn the city down again." She smirked, the ghost of her old self. Tempting. Deke sighed, walking closer. "You gotta stay out of this Luna mess. Deacon's already mad enough. You show up at Bill Spencer's again, and Ridge'll have you dragged off." Sheila's expression hardened. "That girl is my blood. I can't just abandon her." "Yeah, well, your blood's been causing a lot of trouble lately." Sheila turned to him sharply. "You think I don't know that? You think I don't see myself every time I look at her?" Deke hesitated. "Then maybe you should do what nobody did for you. Stop her before she ruins everything." That hit hard. Sheila looked down at the sonogram again. "You think I could stop her?" "You're Sheila Carter," Deke said simply. "If anyone can, it's you." But when he left, Sheila felt no power, only a hollow ache. To stop Luna would mean admitting the truth, that redemption had limits, that maybe the only way to save the innocent was to destroy what she loved. Across town, Ridge paced Forrester Creations' CEO office, fury boiling beneath his calm exterior. "I don't care what anyone says," he growled. "Luna goes to prison, pregnant or not." Taylor, who had arrived after leaving Il Giardino, folded her arms. "You can't say that. She's carrying a child." "Then the system can figure it out," Ridge snapped. "She's not going to walk around LA acting like she's the victim." Taylor stepped forward. "You're angry, I get it. But you're letting vengeance speak louder than compassion." "Compassion?" Ridge turned, eyes blazing. "Tell that to Steffi, who still wakes up sweating because she dreams of Luna trying to kill her." Taylor swallowed hard. "I'm not saying Luna deserves sympathy. But we can't become what she is, Ridge." He sighed, running a hand through his hair. "And what about Finn? He's losing it trying to protect everyone." Taylor softened. "Finn's stronger than you think. He's just trying to keep Steffi safe." They stood there for a long moment, old feelings creeping between words they didn't say. Finally, Ridge muttered, "You were always the voice of reason." She smiled faintly. "And you were always the storm." He gave a humorless laugh. "Yeah. And this storm's not over." Back at Bill's mansion, Luna sat in the guest room, her reflection cold and calculating. The morning light caught the edge of her smile. She ran her hand over her stomach. "They think I'm scared," she murmured. "They think I'll run." But she had other plans. She opened a hidden compartment